Welcome. Rabid will be with you shortly, but first, anything discussed on today's show is not financial advice.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome, Rabid here. So we are going to be taking a look at some new hardware that is emerging just before the bull run. So let's do a quick roll call, see what we do have in the live chat here. Got to adjust some situations. There we go. Scrolling up, we do have Red Putz, Zip Pirate, Ogre MGTOW, Rooter, Dup Chanel, Yurgo, Lee Fail, Skirm, what's going on? Case Rocker. Am I saying that right? Duper Chanel. Yeah, I butchered that. Eric Duff, Hash Force, what's going on? Scrolling through. Frank B. Zagatti, Yusuf Putz, coming in from Panda to Rabid. I thought Rabid and Panda were the same. Yes, we are one. We are one, and we're from Canada, okay? Close enough. Murska Firkin Kastas, what the heck? I don't know what's going on with there. There's a name I don't see here. I'm just going to say it anyway. Budweiser. I don't see yet, so maybe later on. It could be at work, sometimes he works on weekends. Chris Stewart, what's going on? I'm like Panda, can't stop buying GPUs. I can't stop buying anything. If it's making money, buy it. If it's a GPU, get the GPUs. If it's a CPU, get the CPU. If it's ASICs, get the ASICs. We're all here for mining crypto, and get all the hardware you can, especially if it's in your price range. Likes FTW, hello Boomer Rapid. Boomer Rapid, what's that mean? RPM raids, thank you everyone for showing up, coming in over. Oh, I see Sadie sometimes there. We've got Sonic Chemist. That is some fast chemistry. Sonic doing chemistry? That's insane. I don't even know. That's like the new CPU that's coming out from AMD. That's fast. Oh man, crazy. All the hardwares. Exactly. It's all about the hardwares. It doesn't matter what you mine on as long as it's making you some cash, right? That's what it's all about. Doing some crypto mine. So let's take a look at a few things. One, let's take a look at the GPU calculator right now. What is this looking like? We're seeing Gram on the 4090 still, but for the most part, it's looking like Iron plus Gram is rocking it. It's weird it's not Iron directly. Now remember, Gram is actually, the pool fees aren't in here and they're 30%. So that's a pretty big drop that's coming off the profits it's dictating. And I've been going over, I actually turned my 4090, I pulled it off of Gram due to the fact that the hash rate just skyrocketed. So you're not getting what it's saying here. 208, I think we're more like $1.40. So there's probably better coins out there other than straight Gram right now. I guess maybe Husat. Husat looks like it's doing pretty good actually here. It looks like Iron mixed with anything though is the top type of coins, which is interesting. I wonder why it's not just straight Iron. Where's straight Iron? It's down there quite a bit. I was looking at the average block times today on where we got here. Where is mining pool stats? Can't find my button. Oh, right here. So I was looking over here, and I still don't see the network difficulty. Like on here, it's basing on an average. Let me just try to find a better button here. Nope, not that one. Not that one. Nope. There we go. You can see that one pretty big. So right here, you can see it's still saying 61.9, but that's based on an average through all of this. Now, what happened when Ironfish first forked? We were all excited, pumped, get our GPUs on there, and hurry up and get a whole bunch of fast blocks, and they didn't adjust the difficulty. So they were supposed to, but they didn't. So what happened is we ended up with like 27-minute block times. So that's a bad day. That's a bad day if you're trying to get some quick profits on the initial switch. There was no advantage of being early. Being early actually made you lose technically here because the block times are 27 minutes. Now they did estimate about 24 to 48 hours. It has been over 48 hours now. It's been over 2 days. I think it was 3 or 4 days now that this happened. So you can see the difficulty obviously just dropped, and it should be back to 1 minute block times now. I'm not 100% sure if it's at 1 minute, but that's where it should be once it stabilizes at the difficulty, which will bring that profitability back up. And that's probably what we're seeing now with the dual mining, but it's interesting that we don't see it on the single yet. But you know what? That's just kind of, a background on what happened there. It did not pay to be early that time, so that kind of sucks. Everyone is all pumped up, ready for this, and it didn't turn out in our favor. What ETH coins are you mining? Right now, personally, I've been mining Octa.Space the entire time. I feel out of between all the ETH coins, like, I don't know. I haven't really looked into all of them. I know, Not, that one starts with a C. Can't remember what it's called. I know a lot of people are talking big things about it. I haven't really looked into it, but out of most of the Ethash coins I've been looking at, I feel Octa.Space probably has the largest potential, minus ETC. Obviously, I think ETC is going to see new all-time highs again, and that'll be awesome. But when it does come to Ethash, I have been just mining Octa.Space all the time, constantly. Like, it's been funny because hashrate.no, it seems to be off quite a bit. Now, I haven't checked any numbers for a while, but I just want to give you an example here. Like, anything I say right now could be 100% wrong, and maybe this is updated and it's right now. But I just want to come in. So I have a bunch of iPolos and Ethash, the X16Q, the X41Us and stuff like that. I got them all at hosting here. So it's about 6 gigahash of hash rate, pretty much what an X16P will do. And so what I always do is I came into here and I checked the X16P to see, how well is the X16P doing. And it always said, I had that other, it's not even here in the top. So yeah, Conixium here, Cow. This one was in, and same with Larissa. They were in the top for a long time at like over $20 to $25 a day. Octa.Space does look like it's up now, but at the time when everyone was chasing all these top coins up here, Octa.Space was actually way down here, saying like $12 or $13 a day, where Conixium and Larissa and stuff was like at $25 a day. When I was going over my numbers of what I was actually getting, I was getting more than what those top coins were. So everyone was fighting around up here, always coming into hashrate.no or profit calculators, bouncing around, trying to look for the top coin, gain the most amount of profitability. I was actually mining Octa.Space when it showed it down here for months, and it was actually making more than what hashrate.no is saying, and more than what those coins were showing on here. That doesn't mean maybe you're actually getting $30 a day at the time on those other coins compared to the numbers that Octa.Space was getting compared to that. So I just been hanging out there. People were chasing profits. I've been hanging in the background. I see some nice things happening. Octa.Space is kind of doing a lot of things on their network. Now, don't quote me on everything. They do offer staking now, I believe. I hate staking coins. I don't like locking anything up, especially as we get closer to the bull. I don't know what their lockup periods are, but just anything. Keep a bear mind, guys, right now when it does come to staking coins. Pay attention to lockup periods, because anytime this year or next year, we will see all-time highs of some coins this year. We have no idea which ones, but it could happen here, and especially next year. So if you have your coins locked up and then the bull hits on that coin and it pumps to all-time high and you're locked up and you're not able to sell, that's bad. So I'm not staking anything at this point. I don't care what it really is. I think Octa is actually only a 30-day thing, so you might be safe there. But I don't like locking up my coins anywhere, depending on how it's done, especially if it's done on a different platform. You never know if that platform will go under or something. So just take the safest route. Hold on to your own coins all the time. But, Octa.Space, they do have that staking thing I heard. They're also doing, you can run your own nodes, which is kind of like running a vast AI rig. So you do need a decent CPU as well as GPU. But they're doing rendering. They're rendering a whole bunch of Web3 things, and they have a lot of stuff going on. Obviously, they initially started with the whole VPN thing, and now they're branching off, and they've been doing some great things. So, out of all the coins, I think Octa.Space has that potential to, do great things. So I've just been hanging on it. So I know it's a long answer, but Ethash, I've been on Octa.Space the whole time. Sum up that question there. I have a E300 FPGA with Ironfish switching algos and a Lithium going to ASICs. Will new bit streams emerge soon to keep profitability up? That's a great question. And yes, and someone mentioned earlier about when will Team Red Miner implement, what is it, Fish Hash and whatever that other coin was. I'm not sure what it was. It started with a D there. But, I don't know. I guess whenever they're ready. But that kind of helps answer this, is Team Red Miner is working on more bit streams. I think they were working on a better Lithium one. Obviously, that doesn't make sense anymore. But Carlson Hash should be coming for the E300 soon. And there are rumors of Pyron Hash getting FPGA support soon as well. I don't think Pyron Hash is going to be a huge step up due to the fact that it is more memory. Depending on the FPGA, some do have really good memory in them. But Pyron Hash does sound like it probably will come for FPGA soon. And then we're also going to see Carlson Hash. Now, for the K10 Superscaler, I do have links down in the description, Jingle Mining and stuff. The Coal Engine P2X. That is the Superscaler K10 Plus. That thing currently already does have Carlson Hash support, and it's an awesome miner. But but you know, it's pretty awesome there. But for the E300, I can definitely say I have heard that Carlson hash is coming for it, and Pyron hash might be coming as well. So depending, you know, what it looks like on Pyron hash, it could be good or bad news for possible GPUs there. Now, there's a guy, I heard a rumor from somebody that they have a friend with a massive FPGA farm on Radiant that's making over $1 million a day. Like, just think of the amount of FPGAs that guy has. That is a lot. That is a lot of FPGAs to make $1 million a day. Like, what? I don't even know how that's possible. I don't even think it pays $1 million a day in, what's it called? In emissions. So, you know, I have to do the numbers and actually look at that. I don't even know if that's a real number or not, because that seems very high. One coin paying that high, that seems too much. Maybe it's a week, but I'm going to have to, you know, get back to you on that and run some numbers to see how much Radiant actually pays for 24 hours, because I don't even think it's that high. I think Cubic's just over $1 million right now, and that's paying way more than what Radiant currently is. But again, I don't know. I'm not really sure. I have to do the numbers. I haven't looked at Radiant actually in quite some time. They're working on Carlson hash. There you go. Just looking around says they are working on Carlson hash right now. What do we have here? So that's the E300. Rabid, I'm geolocked from USA. Can I use your address? What? Geolocked for what? What are you talking about, Yusuf Putz? What are you talking about? I'm going to release my address and everyone's going to start stalking me. Break into my house, take all my miners. Oh, man. You scroll it up here, see if I missed anything. Oh, I got to check the other platform here. Is it working? It wasn't working. It's not working. Hey, Scafer, is the stream working over there? I don't see the stream popping up, but it says I'm live. So let me know, Scafer, if it's actually working or not. If I'm just streaming to oblivion. That could be a thing. 5700X plus 63070s is best for mining. Mustafa Furkan Kartaras. 5700X plus 63070s. 3070, very, very popular GPU. All right, what do we got here? Scrolling up, RPM rate. Did I miss anything lately? Nope. Look, I think I'm caught up to everything now. Awesome, awesome. Rabid is the best. How do you think Raptorium will fare this cycle? You know what? I don't know. You know, I'm not a crypto trader. I'm not a crypto price predictor. I just pretty much roll with the cycles. And we got Red Putz here. Remember, for 26 months of the Alpha Pack, 26 already. Damn. Let's party. Let the bull run come. Yeah, let that bull run flow in. So to go back to that question here, Twitch seems to be working when I click the link. Okay. Thanks, Snarks. Thanks for pointing that out there. Mexi, I can't get account in USA. Oh, now you can't even get it some places in Canada either. In Alberta here, you can work, but it looks like in Ontario and other places that it doesn't work. So you need VPNs to kind of access some of these things. The other thing is, I got an email the other day from Mexi. They say I'm located in a KYC jurisdiction. As you know, crypto crackdown begins more and more each cycle. You know, we're going to have to start doing KYC there. So, you know, I'm okay with it. I use Mexi for everything. They have the majority of the coins that I do mine, and I use it all the time, and I'm familiar with it. So I'm going to do it when I need to, but I'm going to wait as long as possible before I have to. But, yeah, that's a thing that's coming from Mexi. So that kind of sucks. Rabid, when are you going back to the King CPU coin Zephyr? When it gets more profitable again. You know, we have to wait for it to, you know, spike up. But, okay, anyway, back to, what was that? The RPM question. RTM question here. How do I think it'll fare this bull run? You know, they got a lot of things in the pipeline that's in the testnet right now. It's going to be really interesting once all this stuff does go live on mainnet, where we are in the cycle, and, you know, it all comes, and, you know, what starts happening. Remember, a lot of coins, you know, they can implement. It almost seems like smart contracts and assets is now the, how do I explain it? You know, Ethereum first started with the DEXs and smart contracts and everything, and then everyone kind of started following. It's almost like the new normal. So it's nothing new. You're not doing anything new in your blockchain just by adding these things. So just because another coin, Kaspa is another great prediction on this, is, you know, they're supposed to be adding smart contracts as well. Well, it doesn't really matter what you add. Smart contracts is now pretty much the baseline. That's like the standard model. You go looking for a vehicle, that's standard these days. smart contracts and assets. That's looking like the standard fluctuation here. So it comes down to, are people going to use the network? It doesn't matter if you have contracts or not. If people aren't using the network, it won't really do anything. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out once it's implemented. They are trying to, hear towards small businesses and stuff, as we did talk when we did have Big Piggy here on the show there a couple of weeks ago. He was talking about, towards small businesses, getting greater access to that goods and services code thing and stuff like that. So, hopefully that'll help more people come in and use it. So it comes down to people actually using the thing once everything is implemented. So they got great things in the pipeline. Now we've got to, they're going to start to pick up the PR aspect, and we need people to start using it. If that starts happening, we're definitely going to see some nice increase in momentum and price improvements on Raptorium. But the same thing does go for Kaspa and other things. You can implement it, and if people don't use it, it's not really gonna do anything. So that's the other thing we also got to keep in back of mind. But yeah, I'm really hopeful, and I think Raptorium should start seeing some nice gains here as we lead in the bull run. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Are you using BTC to buy more equipment versus paying cash? Well, the way I do it personally is, it depends what I'm mining and stuff, but I usually swap everything into Litecoin, because I feel Litecoin is the money mover. Litecoin's the main go-to for a lot of people to move money between exchanges and so on, mostly because it's one of the cheapest withdrawal fees from a lot of the exchanges. Some of them still try to gouge you with high, like 0.1 LTC. Most of them are 0.001, which is like, I don't know, 50 cents, 60 cents, depending on the price. It could go up to $1 or $2, if Litecoin sees, expensive prices here. But the point is, I use Litecoin, and then from there, depending what I'm getting and stuff, I do either swap that into the Crypto.com Visa, or I move it over to Newton, sell it there, and then put it into my bank account. When it comes to covering the power and stuff, I use the Newton method because I do go to my bank account and stuff. I used to use a Bitcoin service where you set your bills and everything up on their website, and then you sent Bitcoin in the amounts that you wanted, and you could pay with Bitcoin that way, but it did get expensive in the third-party fees. That's the other thing, that third-party fees can really get you. So technically, you could do the Bitcoin transfers, but I always, I'm cheap AF. You take the cheapest route possible in terms of fees and everything. So I go the Litecoin route, then swap that into Newton, and then swap that into Canadian dollars, and then straight to the bank account. It only takes like 30 seconds. By the time I ask for a withdrawal out of Newton, it's in my account in 30 seconds and usable. It is fast. I love it. And, it's one of the best ones for Canada anyway that I'm aware of. As for when I do stuff like off Amazon and stuff, I do utilize, when I'm buying hardware and stuff for eBay, I then use my Crypto.com Visa account, because then you kind of get some cashback rewards there as well. Can I link Newton? I think I have it up in my Discord. Let me just I'll just try to find it, see if I have it here right quick. And yeah, sure, I'll link it for you. I love it. It's awesome. I have a referral link, so we could both earn $25 in Bitcoin if something happens. Let me see here. I'm just trying to find it here on the side. Scrolling down there. Okay, where is it? Crypto software, exchange. Let me see. Exchange referrals, growth. Oh man, I can't find it. I swear I have a Newton link here somewhere. Interesting. I don't seem to be finding it right now. No boxes. eBay, China, hardware wallet, crypto software. Maybe it's there. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Right click, copy. Here we go. I found it. Boom. That's the one that should work. Right there. I gotta hit the refresh. Alright, that's the link I use for Newton. So yeah, that's what I use if I want to get stuff into the bank account. But remember, you go through other exchanges first, transfer it, sell it to Litecoin, and then I move the Litecoin. Now, you can move your Bitcoin and stuff there as well. It does have multiple different currencies you can utilize. But like I said, I use Litecoin just due to the exchanges always having the lowest thing. XRP is Moonboy pump and dump coin. Yeah, XRP is I remember, was it 2017? XRP went from like 16 cents, maybe it's 13 cents. I can't remember. It was really low. Then it went up to over $3. And then it went down. They went through their lawsuits and all that stuff, and it's never seen anywhere near that ever again. It last bull run, it didn't perform very well. And I don't expect it to ever, and I hope it doesn't. So, you know, there are a lot of people that have XRP, even miners and stuff, so no offense to any of them, but XRP is exactly what crypto's not supposed to be. They're all for the banking system. They're all for them transferring fiat money and all this stuff, and they are like a lead supporter of the CBDCs. So XRP is like the black sheep of anything crypto. So I don't even know why people talk about it in the first place, but then again, you know, that could be misinformation from government entities. But yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Stay away from XRP at all costs if you really care about, you know, crypto and stuff. That's my 2 cents. You know, I could be totally wrong. There's people that'll totally fight to the death that that's the best coin ever invented. So, you know, there's always that. Oh, man, crazy. Once communist, always communist. Yeah, we know all about that in Canada. Look at our leader. Oh, man, craziness. All right, so let's go over some hardware here. So let's go. We got to start with this guy right here. Kaboom. The KA box Kaspa miner, probably the best home Kaspa miner to date. This thing is more efficient, less power, higher hash rate than a KS1. Awesome stuff. Now, Miner Bro says it has at $25.99. Now, one thing I do want to point out, all links are in the description, guys, but this says shipping cost to your door. Now, I'm assuming that also means, like when I'm reading that, I'm assuming that also means, what's it called? Import fees. Now, don't quote me if it's import fees or not, but this does say shipping costs. So that's shipping as well, plus that. Now, we also have Coin Mine Essential here, but it looks like it's more expensive. I do have a $100 coupon code with Rabid Mining, but that's still only $2,800. And I do know for sure they might have shipping in the price, but I do pretty sure you do have to pay imports when it comes from Coin Mine Essential. But so that is here, but that's 29 versus 25, and it is in stock for the April batch, which is this month. So, you know, I don't know how long they're going to last. Kaspa miners are very, very popular, or people are saving their money for the new Alephium miner, which is crazy. Another thing to keep in mind about Kaspa, though, as of tomorrow, the rewards will be dropping. So where are we here? 24. We're right here. So right now is the 6th. Tomorrow is the 7th. So we're going to be going down to 116.54 of a block reward tomorrow. So another reduction. That's the big thing with Kaspa here. Not only are you fighting the everlasting increase of network hash rate, we're also fighting a very fast schedule in emissions dropping every single month. So, you know, you're getting hit with a double whammy when it does come to Kaspa. A majority of the supply is already mined, but in theory, Kaspa is 100% well, it'll always be mineable because you will have transactions, but there will be block reward fees all the way up to the year 2037. So there's going to be a lot of Kaspa mining still to go, but obviously look how low those block rewards are. Like at the very last, you know, reduction here, we're at 0.01 of a Kaspa block reward. That is tiny. 0.02. So now if Kaspa could be at $1 million by then, you know, you're going to be using whatever they're calling those new optical miners eventually. I don't even know what that is. This thing, they're going to have to do like, I don't even know, like an exo hash at 100 watts to be profitable at 0.2 of a block reward. But again, it comes down to the frickin' price of the coin. For all we know, Kaspa could be blowing away Bitcoin by then. Not financial advice. I doubt that's going to happen, but we just don't know. We don't know these things, guys. But that schedule is very, very fast, and we're seeing reductions every single month. And it actually works out to be a full halving every year. So this time next year, we'll be halved of where we are right now. And, you know, last month, we're halved of last year this time, and so on. So, you know, exactly 1 year from now, it's always a halving event, but it's done so as in increments every single month. So that's how that Kaspa thing works. But yeah, tomorrow we are going to be seeing that reduction on Kaspa again. We also have the latest miners from Bitmain coming. We have Ice River new miners coming. Everything is kind of crazy. What do they got for the new Ice River miners? Let's just take a look. Can we shop K Heavy Hash here? Heavy Hash, where you at? K Heavy Hash. I don't even see it. Categories. Ah, there we go. K Heavy Hash right down here. Boom. So, yeah, KS3, that's out. That's dated crap already by now. We got to 20 terahash KS5, $33,000. That's crazy. 21 terahash, $35,000. That's crazy. We got the 10.5 IB link here, 13.5. We still got some KS zeros. Oh, not even the pros. Is that for real? The KS, oh, sold out. I'm looking at sold out stuff. We got the Pro in stock for $749. That seems expensive to me still. That seems very expensive. Doesn't Ice River have them for like way less? Let's check out Ice River. Maybe they changed their stuff up. I do have a link for Ice River as well. It seems like it probably is the cheapest place to get it from, but depending what you order, they also have high import fees, which you got to watch versus, oh my gosh, everything is sold out. All right, so they are $339 here, but $349 for the special edition. But yeah, they're sold out. Ice River has nothing in stock at all. Anywhere. Done. Crazy, 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 crazy. Now, in other news, I'm sure you guys all know about this bad boy right now. Let's do a quick live chat here. What are you guys doing in the chat? Are you taking any long shots with $20 and some 8 to 12 digit zeros in front of the price like Shiba 3 years ago? With SHIB, I never did purchase SHIB. I did mine it when Ethereum was still around for like 2 days on unminable. So I got myself like 40 million coins or something. I don't even know how much it was, but it was only 2 days worth. And, you know, it got quite a bit of coins. The other day, it was worth like over $1,200 when SHIB pumped. Actually, it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was like, wow, that's nice. But I'm just hodling it. So I got that. I did buy a stupid meme coin. If you missed that stream about a month ago, was it that Byte coin? I did purchase Byte. That is the only stupid meme coin I've ever bought, and that's the one I did. So, you know, whenever getting into a stupid meme coin, and I always call them all stupid meme coins because they are literally all stupid, expect 100% to be a loss. Meme coins are just dumb. They go up, they go down, they crash down to nothing. Anyone pumping meme coins they're using you for exit liquidity. That's the way it is. So that's why I'm never going to say, oh, well, I just said I bought Byte. Now, don't do that, guys. Not financial advice, but I'm just saying, people that talk about these meme coins all the time, they just try to pump the bags as high as they possibly can. They dump on you. That's the whole community of meme coins, is trying to hype up a coin so they can dump their bags. And whoever dumps their bags last, obviously lost. So be very careful with meme coins. That's why I prefer crypto mining over trading and all this other stuff, because one, I'm a failure when it comes to trading, and two, I can use my power. And if a coin rug pulls, if a coin disappears, you know, I lost some power, whatever, big deal. But, you know, if a coin pumps, obviously we make a lot of money, or we have some nice average. Some people take profits daily, some wait for the bull run, and so on. So, you know, however you do it. But the point is, the profits are there when you're mining. So to stick your rigs on it, when you're actually investing into cryptos like stupid meme coins, you're using your money. People are selling their houses and losing their houses. One of the dumbest things you could possibly do. So that's why I always call meme coins stupid meme coins, and I highly recommend nobody buy them. Even though I just said I did. But, you know, do your own research, do whatever you want to do, go with gut feelings, whatever. But, you know, I did get that one, but, you know, I still said it sucks. I'm opposite pumping it. Yeah, Aletheum has like 30 beams, really neat. Speaking of Aletheum, let's take a look at this guy. The Gold Shell AL box, currently estimated to be about $92 to $100. Once it's released, I don't know, we'll probably see $10,000, maybe $15,000. It's hard to say what it's actually going to release at, but what do you guys think about this miner? Pretty darn insane. Now, a lot of questions were arising. If you remember, usually any Gold Shell box is about 400 watts, especially on their new versions, the Mini Doge 3, the KD Box 2s, and the Pros and stuff like that. They're all 400 watts. So it's interesting they made another box miner, but it's only 180 watts here, which means maybe they're just trying to, how do I explain this? Maybe they finally figured out they got their ASIC working, but they didn't get it very good. And this is insane numbers because it's the first freaking ASIC for Aletheum. Obviously, the first ASIC above FPGAs and GPUs is insanely profitable. Look at what happened with Kaspa, $3,000 a day on KS1s, KS2s on day one. But obviously, those ROI in like 5-6 days. But then as more and more went online, the hash rate got doubled and tripled very fast from only 1 petahash to where we are now with GPUs online, where it's only at like 1 petahash or something, 1 terahash. I can't even remember. It wasn't very much. We're like hundreds of times more now with the ASICs online. All that profitability drops. So this thing will be huge on day one, but because it's less than 400 watts, I'm thinking they just said, okay, we got this going. Let's be #1, get all the FOMO drivers ASAP, and then, you know, release our better one next time. And, I was kind of doing some numbers here to figure it out. Now, what if I imagine Bitmain is going to be coming soon. So what's their next miner going to be? And I was kind of doing some numbers to dictate this. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it looks to be about 3 terahash, 3.6 terahash for about 2200 watts using these stats. Now, I said 3.6. Now, I think using these stats would be about 3. No, maybe was it 6 terahash? It was 3 terahash or 6 terahash? Maybe it's 6 terahash, and I added on an extra 500 gigahash just to kind of go for a little extra efficiencies here. But if this is even crappy efficiency compared to what's coming, we could see a 10 freaking terahash miner at possibly 2000 watts from Bitmain early on. Now, there's a lot of unknowns here going on, but I feel like Goldshell may have just been like, all right, we got this. Let's throw it out there. It's probably going to be the absolute worst one in garbage as soon as anything else releases, but it is the first one, so people are going to FOMO into it. That's kind of what I think is going on here, because this is the first time I've ever seen a mini box miner that is not the same power consumption of the other ones. So yeah, I don't know. I'm skeptic here. I could be totally wrong. I hope I'm totally wrong, but I just think that might be what could be coming. Because when the KA box was first announced, I pretty much nailed it right on the head. I said it's going to be about 400 watts, and then I didn't really know the hash rate. If they do good, it'll be around 800, 900 gigahash to compare with the KS0, but they came up with over 1 terahash, which is more of a comparison to the KS1, and that was that was an awesome miner coming out of Goldshell. But this one here, I'm really skeptical about what's coming after this one and how long after. Now, if you can get a good couple months before anything else releases with this miner, this will definitely be worth $10,000 for sure. But if something drops like 2 or 3 weeks right after, you're not going to ROI this as fast. You're still going to ROI it, but it's going to take some time. Let's just take a look at the profitability of this thing right quick. So let's just see, what is this? 360 gigahash here. I'm going to come in. Where is a lithium ASIC? Where is it? I got E300 here. We're going to scroll down to a lithium. And remember, my spreadsheet is based on current network difficulties and conditions right now. It's not based on 24-hour averages, nothing like that. So you go to a profit calculator, it's most likely going to give you different numbers because it's based on averages. This is what the numbers will look like if you were mining it this very second. Current network conditions. So let's adjust this to the current network conditions. So we got a lithium here. I'm going to come into here and see what the current network conditions are. ALPH, a lithium. So we're currently sitting at 402.56 terahash. Wow, we've been seeing some increase in hash rate lately. Look at that. Oh yeah, never mind. This is the Ironfish. FPGAs coming in from Ironfish, moving over to a lithium. And then after this, they're going to be moving on to probably Radiant or some Carlson hash, depending when those bit streams come and the ASICs come. But regardless, 402.56 terahash. So we need to adjust this to 402.56 terahash for a lithium. Current price of a lithium is $2.85. $2.85. And then the hash rate is 180 gigahash. Or no, not 180. Where is it? A lithium. Miner information. What was it? 360? Is that what it was? 360 gigahash. Let's take a look. Here we go. 360 gigahash. Boom. So wow, so this thing would be making about $130 a day right now, this very second, before power. After power at 11 cents per kilowatt hour, it's about $129 a day at 180 watts. Now, do I have that in there right for the power? Yeah, 180 watts. So at 180 watts, it's making about 129 after power. So let's just take this. What do you guys have for power prices? Let's check your guys' power price. What do you guys got for power prices? Let's try 80 cents. No one has that, but if it's profitable at 80 cents, everybody's profitable. $127 at 80-cent power. You're still making $127 profit at 80 cents. Frank B. Zagatti, 84 cents. So let's pump this up. Let's go 90-cent power then. $126. Now, it's not going to take very many of these to double the network hash rate. Like what? 1,200, 1,500 of these. I don't know how many Goldshell has in it, but the network hash rate is going to double and double pretty darn fast. So in one doubling of the network hash, this is obviously going to drop in half. 126 will drop in half, so you're going to be at like $60 some, after maybe a week, depending on the shipment. we'll see what happens. It's going to be crazy. So you can see the insane profitability of these things, but the network hash rate is going to climb. But the advantage here is, you know, a lithium price starts pumping. Hopefully, in theory, ASICs seem to cause price surges and pumps. Look what happened with Kaspa there. And now we don't have the block dropping every single month. So now we're really only fighting with the network difficulty here, which is actually an advantage over Kaspa. Now, one thing we do have to keep in mind here is how much are the two coins paying out in emissions. That is a big difference. So I'm just going to go into here, and I just want to see if Lithium is in here. So if we go to emissions schedule here, see Kaspa is currently paying 1.37 million, which is a lot of money. Is Lithium even in here for it? Does it even have it at all, though? That's the other thing. Is it even in here at all? Lithium. No, it doesn't have it, but my spreadsheet should have it. 100. So yeah, look, Lithium is only paying $145,000 a day. So you can see the difference of a level between Lithium Kaspa. Kaspa is over $1 million, almost $1.5 million, and Lithium is only 145,000. So, you know, that is definitely working. The market, it's not paying miners that much for 24 hours, but based on the hash rate of these first generation ASIC over FPGAs and GPUs, that's why our profitability is huge here. Like, these things are worth like 23070s in one of these at like the power of one 3070. Actually, no, two 3070s in theory, because they're probably about 100 under 100 watts per 3070. But yeah, it's crazy, absolutely insane when it comes to that. Let's do a quick live chat here. 0.84, not 80. Oh, 0. You only got 8 cent power, 8.5 cent power, Frank B. Zagatti. Nice, that is awesome. But yeah, so we saw 90 cent power. It's still extremely profitable for now, but we have no idea. It's just crazy. So, but yeah, you know, most people, I think, as a home miner, I have 11 cent power, and people say you have cheap power and none. I get that a lot. And, you know, obviously I have cheap power to others. To me, I have expensive power compared to people at 4 or 5 or 6 cent power. But most home miners, and that's where I like to go to when it does come to crypto mining and hardware and what to look for, and it's always a key thing for efficiencies, is most home miners that watch my channel, which is all you guys, usually are sitting around the 15 to 30 cent mark. Some of you guys are at 35 cents based on comments. Most of you guys are in that 20 to 25 cent range. So, you know, that's why, you know, I try to cater to home miners, not just, oh, look at this miner, it's the best miner or whatever, but, you know, it's the best value for price. The E9 Pro is very big at that, especially for Ethash. It was a cheaper price miner, but the efficiency literally sucks. In my mind, that's the worst Ethash miner that has ever existed, and that released the same time Jazz miners and stuff released. So, you know, I feel that's literally one of the worst miners Bitmain could have done. Now, speaking of that, moving forward, speaking of Jazz miner, I'm sure you guys are aware now. You know, we dropped the video and we heard about this. I've been hinting for a couple months now that new Ethash ASICs are coming, and they're pretty darn crazy. Now, Jazz Miner finally gave us the update of this guy right here. And it took a little while here to see, is this thing real? Is this not real? What's going on with it? Because they posted this April 2nd. As we know, April 1st, April Fool's Day, we have no idea what's going on. I stay off the internet on April Fool's Day. I went on Discord and stuff, but I did not look at any YouTube video, nothing on April 1st, because it's usually a trash day. But, you know, there's some comedy stuff out there usually sometimes, but you got to be very careful out there. So this was actually posted after April, and it's still going. They're still talking about it. They just did an article with Medium the other day about it and stuff too. So I really think these are coming, but look at those hash rates. 23.4 gigahash at 2300 watts. That uses about the same amount of power as an E9 Pro, and it's about 10 times the hash rate. Like, what the Like, I have no idea. But the price. Someone did say that they have their price on their website here. I looked through every single link, nook and cranny. I cannot find it anywhere. They have been doing some FAQs and doing some live streams and stuff, trying to, you know, talk to people to figure. I didn't tune into any of them, so I don't know if the price was actually revealed yet or at the actual performance and stuff like that. There's still a lot of unknowns here. I'll try to get more information on it, but that's insane. Those are absolutely insane miners that are coming for Ethash, and literally, depending how many get made, those will literally destroy GPU mining for Ethash. A lot of people, oh, I don't mind that, but there are a lot of GPUs mining ETC right now. Whether you believe it or not, there are a lot of GPUs mining Ethereum Classic right now. It's true. It's happening. And that's where I said, a lot of people with cheap power, they don't care. You can mine anything and be profitable. You can buy the cheapest garbage and be profitable. So there are GPUs on ETC, but something at this magnitude now that is just going to blow everything out of the water. And I do expect Bitmain to come out with another Ethash miner. I still don't think it's going to be as good. Bitmain has never been as good as Jasminer when Jasminer releases a miner for the same algorithm. That's what makes a possible rumor of Bitcoin as well as a Litecoin miner from Jasminer very interesting, because Bitmain usually fails versus them. So if they make something better in Bitmain, that would be insane, especially if they could take a Bitcoin market into the home miner market with extreme efficiencies. That's next level, and that's actually pretty damn good. But again, guys, that is all up in the air. I don't know if that's confirmed by anybody. Just so far rumors about Bitcoin and Litecoin miners coming from Jasminer, but it has been in the rumor mill for a little while. And actually, I have a screenshot somewhere of them saying, is this it right here? When will Jasminer, here's something right here. This is a while ago now though, but will Jasminer release some BTC miners? We don't have news for now. Please stay tuned for further updates. That's just your status. So silently confirmed, would have been a straight no if it wasn't happening. So, they are hiding in the background there. People are asking, other people are hearing the rumors too, but again, we don't know when or if it's even ever going to be a thing. But it's interesting. Am I still holding my gram? Yeah, I'm holding my gram, not selling it. I don't sell anything unless I have to, but I'm waiting for the bull run. Hold everything until we see coins really start to take off. That's when I'm going to be selling. I do sell stuff for power. Mostly I use my CPU farm to cover the power of everything. So I'm still mining Cubic. Before you ask what I'm mining on my CPUs, it's still on Cubic here. Recently, GPUs got a massive boost on Cubic, but it still sounds like they're not working, or they're not finding solutions to what they would. Now, keep in mind, GPUs are supposed to be getting worse and worse on Cubic, but these pools continue to keep trying to make them better. But, long term, GPUs will be falling off of Cubic, so we got that. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens long term right now. But yeah, my CPUs are currently still on Cubic. Let's just actually have a look at that right now, right quick here. There you go. I just want to see it. Let's go into the calculator, see what the calculator is telling us today about this coin. Engage, loading. So I got 66 souls so far, 10,000. And I messed up my whole sheet. Usually I track every single epoch. I haven't been tracking this one, and this would have been a really good one to track to see how my souls changed based on these big GPU updates. But I don't know. Now I don't know what's actually happening there. But anyway, 10,563. We're going to go into the calculator here. Scroll down. This guy, 10,563. 10,563. Engage. Oh, don't do that. Don't want to mess up the script. Run anyway. So just going to get an idea of what things may look like. That one? Is this the one to do? That one? I think that was the best one to do. So there we go. Let the script load up. See what things are looking like for me. Loading. Still loading. Don't worry. It likes to take its time, guys. Patience. Patience is key. That's why weekly payouts. Patience, guys. So Sol is currently worth only about $4.44, but it is telling me, I'm estimating, now the price is down quite a bit, like 0.50s here and 704 is what it was for last week or two. It's down to 0.50663, but it's estimated I'm still making more than last week so far. Again, this is not going to be really that accurate until about the last day of the epoch, because every day it's getting new numbers, calculating all the new averages, and you can't really base it off right now. But when you do look at it on the last day of the epoch, so Tuesday sometime before the Wednesday refresh here, it is usually pretty darn accurate to what you should get in your per day earnings and per souls. Let's just kind of see what it's telling us right now in our per souls. So right now it is $4.44 per soul. So we're going to go 4.44, divide that by the current price of 0.12345 zeros, and then it is saying 663. So right now it's guesstimated a soul is around 669,000 cubic per soul. estimation. That's what it's kind of looking like right now. I should be finding about 26 a day. So the profitability for GPUs getting such a massive boost, but then it sounds like they're broken and not finding the solutions they should be. My rewards are actually up, and my rewards have not dropped from the past 2 or 3 weeks, really, from when all the hash rate really started flying in. So that's another interesting thing is, you know, like we're really not seeing, for all the CPUs and coming online and stuff, we're not really seeing that reduction in the rewards like we normally should have seen. So yeah, I don't know, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. So I'm just remaining on Cubic. It's looking pretty darn good right now, and we'll just have to go from there and see what happens. Why buy Ryzen 9s versus Epic? So, you know, when I first got my Epic and dual Epic, what was that? It was a while ago now. Epics at the time were about the same as, yeah, I think a dual Epic was the same as about 2 or, was it 2 or, you know, I'm going to have to come into this for a second, have a quick peek. Let's go to the CPU mining profit calculator, Google search here, scroll down, where is mine? Right there. I just want to get a quick thing here to see. I can't remember if it was 2 or 4. So I'm just going to go to 2 here. All right, so 45. So a single Epic was the same as 2, and a dual Epic was about the same as 4 7950Xs. Now, with that being said, it was cheaper or about the same price to get the Epic, the 7742s, and you were a little bit more efficient than the 7950X. They were pretty darn close, but remember the 7742 is older at this point. They're like 4 or 5 years now, so you're getting dated hardware, but you know, the efficiency of stuff is better. Now, obviously, the new ones are better than the 7000 series, but the price of the Epics have been going up in price. So now I've just been moving the 7000 series, 7950Xs, 7950X3Ds. I think I just put up 4 or 6 more, maybe, I can't remember, over the past couple of weeks here of the 7950X3Ds. I think got 4 of them and 2 more 7950Xs. But I've been going that way because it's cheaper for about the same amount of hash, because those Epic motherboard price and everything went up. Now there's the new gen Epics, but those are just way too damn expensive. So I'm just going with, you know, standard 7000 series. Also, they're brand new. You got brand new warranties. Now I don't think I'm going to be building any more rigs until sometime the end of the year. You're probably like, what? You're not building any more rigs? What's going on here? You condescend? No, that is not what I'm talking about. So you may or may not be aware that Ryzen 9000 series, if it's still called, there's still mixed reactions. It's going to be 8000 or 9000. There are a new 8000 series CPU coming out, but they still might name the next ones 8000 as well. That's still up in the air, but last thing I heard. But so far, it's sounding like the 9000 series should be coming sometime Q2, Q3 of this year. And we don't know. There's rumors that AVX 512 has doubled in performance. That would be huge compared to the current 7950Xs. But then there's also rumors where now it sounds like it's only at 14% gain. And ultimately, until we see some specs and numbers, I'm really kind of sitting back to see how things look on the forefront. So I'm waiting to build more CPU rigs. I'm going to be looking for motherboard deals because I want to have everything ready for when the CPUs launch. So if I find a good deal on some motherboards, I'm going to order them up and wait. But you know, have it ready for that. But we're going to wait and see, you know, what it's going to look like. Now, if it does anything like the 3 and 5000 series, all they really did was drop the base clock, increase the boost clock as a miner. We don't really need that. And then all of a sudden we got a new gen coming out. We could see cheaper prices on the 7000 series because now we got the new 9000 and maybe the used market will be flooded with them because now you got gamers always needing the next best stuff. So now they'll be updating their CPUs from 7 to 9000. So we could see a lot cheaper prices on the used market as well for them trying to get rid of it. So there's a lot of different options out there. So I'm just waiting for the 9000 series now. Still getting motherboards, the same motherboards right now, AM5. They will work on the new 9000 series coming. They'll just need a simple BIOS update. This platform is set for the next 3 gens. So we already had 1. Technically, we might have had 2, so the 9000 series might be the last gen for AM5, but we still might see another one next year for the same that. But the same motherboards will work on that. So all your components will be the same RAM, same everything. It's just that a new CPU is coming. So look out for them deals if that's something you're waiting on. I'm going to wait for the new ones to come unless I get a massive FOMO charge or something. Then, you know, okay, I got to get 2 more. You know, that does happen sometimes. I already said that twice. And then I bought more CPUs. But, you know, I'm going to be waiting to see the 9000 series. I want to test it out, see what it looks like. kind of look at the number values there, and then I'll decide which way I want to move my farm. Or you never know. At that point in time, maybe too many CPUs will be going online. And GPUs might be picking up a lot in profitability. I might have to move more to 4090s and 5090s. I'm saving up for a 5092 because I'm hoping that bad boy drops by the end of the year, and that thing's going to make the 3000 series next to obsolete when it comes to needing efficiencies and comparing and bull runs and hash rate turning on. Things are going to be insane. So there's so much stuff you got to keep an eye on when it does come to mining crypto. You know, again, if you're on the cheap power, 8 cents, 6 cents, stuff like that, you can buy the cheapest crap in the world and be profitable. But as home miners, we do need efficiency. And I think when it comes to GPUs, that will be the 5090 series, and then CPUs, we'll have to see how the 9000 series does. Yeah, that's right. China announced the 5000 XTs are coming. Now, I can't remember what the XTs really did, but I'm done with 3 and 5000 series. I will not be buying any more 3 and 5000 series CPUs. They will only be 7 and 9000 series. That's just me. That's what I plan on doing for my farm. Any recommendations for RAM choices for the 7742 rig? Cheap is better. Mine personally are the 2666 megahertz version, so the middle range. They're not the 3200s, they're in the middle. As for brand and stuff, I'm not sure, the ECC memory. But yeah, mine are 2666. Mine came as a package, so I never actually tested various RAMs out on the Epic, so I can't really say if it would matter and not too much. But in Discord, there are people who try different RAMs, have different RAMs on the Epics for 7742s, the 7B12s and stuff like that. So, you know, join up Discord if you're not there and ask around. People will definitely answer that question better than me because I haven't tried other RAMs for that. 9000 series is still on the AM5 board, so it's the same RAM. Yeah, same RAM and everything for a 9000 series. Same motherboard, same RAM, same everything. All that's different is the CPU. Everything is compatible. That's the great thing about the next series that's coming. You don't need all new everything again. Epic 101 pay really good. Epoch 101. Yeah, Epoch 101 did do good. So far, the best Epoch, I think, was Epoch 99. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, that's the thing though. Like right now, we're seeing a lot of souls. Usually, slower, harder to find souls, you make quite a bit more. But this one's actually looking better than last Epoch, and last Epoch was a little bit slower. So a lot of interesting stuff. Cubic is weird. It's very, very weird. Ran out of power too. Yeah, everyone's running out of power, and you know what? I need to move. I think the only way I'm going to get more power is either spend way too much money or just move. So I'm better off just moving to something that will accommodate me better. Something with a lot of land if I want to throw up like a giant megawatt solar farm. Nice. You know, like a quarter or like an acre field loaded up with solar panels and a mining farm in the middle. That'd be pretty sweet. But you know, something like that. Or but you know, to dig up underground lines right now, it's good just to go from 100 amp where I'm at right now, maxed out, to a 200 amp. Possibly, I don't know if I can squeeze in a 400 amp, but it cost me over $30,000 to dig a trench and everything, put in the new lines, get that done. And if I had overhead lines, it'd only be like $2,500. So you can see the difference between overhead versus underground lines. It just sucks. It's expensive. And yeah. So there's that. So, you know, I may as well just move somewhere. Might move closer to where Panda is. Then we can do like collabs and stuff. Move out to BC, get the hydro, get the cheaper power also, possibly, depending on the size of amount of electricity you use. So there's those things out there. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Vosk. Vosk has cheap power, though. Where's he live? Is it Wisconsin? No, somewhere else. But yeah, Vosk, what's his power at? Like 8 cents or something? 8, 9 cents? I don't know. He has pretty cheap power, though. Pretty cheap power. But I would like something with a lot of room, a lot of area, a lot of stuff that I could work with. Then I could really start doing some nice expansions. What do we got here? Are you getting RAM 2 or are you holding off to see 9000 series like different RAM? I'll probably get if I see a deal on RAM, I'll just get everything. You know, have everything ready so that all I need to do is order the CPU. That's a good question. I don't know how RAM will work. I do have 2 separate DDR5 kits. One is, so far I've been finding on 7000, is a CL30, 6000 megahertz is like the sweet spot. I do have a kit of CL, was it CL28 5400, the G-Skill Flare, which I was hoping would do better. Based on the 3 and 5000 series, that RAM would have done better, but it didn't. That's why, you know, I think the 7000 series does like the speed more than the latencies this time around, which is interesting. But, you know, I'm figuring the 9000 series is probably going to do the same because the 3 and 5000 series kind of react the same way because they're the same architecture pretty much. So I think the 9000 is probably going to follow suit like the 7000 series. But, you know, that's something we're definitely going to have to try out to see how that works. Virginia, he pays 9 to 10 cents. Okay, I thought he had cheaper power. That's not, well, that's still cheap, but not, I guess that's not like super cheap, especially for massive Bitcoin miners like that. Power may go up in provisions I've seen for EU next year. Maybe they go a bit down, but I don't think so. Yeah, I don't know. That power cost is really a tricky one as well. Who knows what could happen to our power prices? The other day, there's a thing on the news about power prices where, oh, there's a big fight because, you know, it wasn't a very windy day, and then all of a sudden it was also cloudy. So now all the renewables, the solar panels that the government has up everywhere, and the windmills and stuff, they weren't turning and cranking out as much. They have to fire up an extra natural gas and coal power plant here in Alberta. And then, you know, our premier, who, you know, has been fighting all this whole thing and the Trudeau thing and all that. It's like, you know what? Sustainability, just let us run them, and we'd have more power and people would have cheaper power. We don't need all this stupid renewable stuff that's costing people more money, and it's not efficient to do so at high scale. It uses so much land, and it's just crazy. It's crazy. So just fire up our natural gas, let it go, and give us some cheaper power. That's what I want. And drop the carbon tax. Go Canada. Let's go. Yes, Alberta got cold a little while ago, and there was emergency alert to shut down the... Yeah, but no, this was like this week. This week it happened again, like 3 days ago. They ran into the issue again where there was no wind, and we had that heavy snowfall there through most of it. And it just happened again 3 or 4 days ago. They fired up actual natural gas in a coal plant to make way because none of the renewable energy was producing anything, nothing. So they couldn't do it. So it's not sustainable stuff at all. Makes 0 sense. 0 point energy, and we don't need mine. Is the Jazzminer X16Q worth it? It's hard to say about the Jazzminer X16s right now. Like, it depends how long till the X44s come and what the price you can nab it at. Now, in theory, everything is still cheap right now. All these hardware, all the Jazzminers, all the ASICs, everything, depending on, you know, GPU profitability, GPU prices could go up if, you know, obviously if all those GPUs turn on, and even though crypto is up, if GPU's profits don't start shooting up again soon, you know, we're not really going to see an increase in hardware demand and the hardware prices won't go up. CPUs, same thing, we don't know. But yeah, you know, point is, in the bull run, expect some prices to start moving up. So if it's something you're looking into, it's better now than waiting because it's going to get a lot more expensive. But the big unknown with the Jazz miners and Ethash is those X44 miners. We don't know when they're going to release. There's no information on them other than a hash rate and possible power consumption. That is it. That's all we know. So, you know, it might not be till middle of the bull market. You know, if I was Jazz miner, that's probably what they're doing. They're going to wait till everything spikes and then release that thing for like $100,000. Which you'll never ROI at that point, but it's going to look awesome. It'll be making $50, $100 a day, but it's just going to be way too expensive at the time because it's just, they release it at prime market conditions. And then, you know, you wait 1 year, you're going to be able to buy the X44 for probably 80% off. So it's crazy. NVIDIA should just pad us to mine with their GPUs. Yeah, they should. That's what they should do. Knowing them, they're probably slapping LHR back on it for some dumb reason. Geothermal energy could work if they could figure out the drilling needed. Yeah, that's true. Geothermal, I wonder what happened to that. There was a lot of talks of that going on around here, and then all of a sudden it kind of just phased away. Haven't really heard about geothermal for a while. Oh, bump my mic with the water. I'm going to build a power plant here soon. Yeah, we all just got to go nuclear. The only problem is We need a nuclear power plant, but you got to live about 500 miles away from it. That way, if it has a meltdown, you're kind of okay. You don't want to live close to it. Start growing third eyes and stuff and 6 toes. It costs too much for energy output. Free generators are existing. One is in Switzerland. One community have or hydrogen generated from solars also is okay, but need more staff to do it. Interesting. Did you hear about the successful fusion reaction last year? No, I didn't hear about that, but I don't know. Do you guys know Art Bell? Have you guys ever heard of Art Bell? He's been around for a long. I don't even know if he still has a show or not. But he does all that, phenomenal stuff, supernatural, blah blah stuff, and talking to people, interview people that say they saw aliens. Anyway, he interviewed a guy. That was a long time ago. I remember I was actually almost like a kid when he interviewed it or something, but I listened to it again a couple years ago, and I can't remember. It was I can't remember who he interviewed. Oh, he died. It was 10 plus years ago. Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure, but anyway, he did all this stuff. But he interviewed a guy, and I can't remember his name, but he was a rocket scientist from a kid, very young age he was, and he was doing all this stuff. And then one day he flew a rocket, and it landed somewhere by Area 51. They said, "Oh, you put this together," and it had a propulsion system that they didn't really have yet, and he had it in like his toy rocket. Some genius guy. So anyway, he became a whatever something. Then they took him in there one day, and he was telling them the story about the ship they found, and they had this cold fusion reactor thing running supposedly, but they couldn't release it or do anything with it at the time. Remember, everything was powered by, this is when oil and gas was really starting to take off and getting huge and things like that, and something on this type of technology would have like erased it. It would make oil and gas not worth it, type of thing. You wouldn't need oil, and there's like no moving parts how this thing was working. It was just far advanced, and it wouldn't need gas, wouldn't need oil, wouldn't need all these things. So obviously you couldn't put something like this in the market because the consumer would win and the companies won't make any money. So it's kind of like how something like that was. Now, I can't remember exactly what it was called and how it worked exactly and stuff. It was a while ago, like I said. But now you're talking about the cold fusion there, and that's kind of, I think, what he was referring to. Now, they're saying that's probably been around forever. They just couldn't, they got to figure out a way to capitalize on it. Like, just like this electric stuff. They're figuring out how to capitalize on it. Like, eventually electricity prices will go through the roof. No one has infrastructure for everyone to start driving electrical vehicles anywhere. Where's everyone going to plug these in? Where's everyone going to do this? And then you got to wait. And then you get the cold climates, which people found, it's supposed to have a 150-mile range. Well, it hit minus 40 out, and people will only be able to drive like freaking 40 kilometers, and their battery would be dead because it froze. Like, the technology isn't there yet. The infrastructure is not there. This whole EV thing, I think, is a farce. Absolutely crazy. The first cars were electric, not gas. That makes it even funnier. Electric cars were first, and then they switched to gas, and now they're trying to move back to electricity. Oh, man. I don't know. There's crazy stuff going on out there. Yeah, Bob Lazar. That's right. Motu Prince. That's the one. Bob Lazar. You heard that one, too? Is that the one? That's the one I'm thinking. I'm pretty sure that's Bob Lazar. You're right. That's the one. That's the guy's name. That's the guy. Yeah, it was pretty cool listening to those two talk. Whether it's real or not, it's a totally different situation, but crazy stuff there. Yeah, he's the guy. Crazy story. Yeah, Bob Lazar. That's his name. Yeah, that guy. That's the guy. Awesome. That's true. Electric cars came first. No, I'm not saying it's not true. I just think that's funny that they came first, and then they moved to gas, and now they want to go back to electric. Crazy stuff happening. Anyway, guys, so what are we talking about here? We can find old photos from early 1900s where they ran electric vehicles plus scooters, etc. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a good point. I never actually thought about that, how that works, but that's a very good point, bringing out how the first cars were electric. That's insane. Who thinks your hat is very shiny from all the tin foil? Yes, I have a very big tin foil hat sometimes. You met Bob for real? I met Bob in 1999 when I made a game called Abducted, and we hired him for consultant. He was very on. Oh, is that real? You actually did? That's crazy. Jay Leno has a car that runs on water. Yeah, well, the DeLorean on Back to the Future runs off banana peels and stuff. So that's pretty sweet. We also had hydrogen-powered engines before gas-powered. Porsche 1904 hybrid electric gas car driving. See, that's interesting. It's like people are figuring out a new way to capitalize on things. They're saying, okay, this is the next best thing, and now they're like, all right, let's sell it to everybody. Everyone just FOMOs into it, and you got all the activists and everyone just buying into everything they see on TV. That's why you got to be careful. The only time I watch the news is so I know what's not actually happening. That's when you watch the news. Canada buses of hydrogen. Yeah, they're trying to do a lot of hydrogen stuff out here in Alberta with the semis and some cars and buses. There's a lot of hydro stuff happening here. Maybe because Alberta produces a lot of hydrogen, like they can do all that. So that's probably a reason they'd want to start implementing that. But yeah, cars that run on Bitcoin. There you go. That's what we need. Bitcoin powered cars. Good stuff. Good stuff. Gas equals big oil equals money equals agenda. That's true story there. Modus Prince for sure. Motu Prince. The news story from the 80s about the guy who made a car, Doom Buggy, run on water. He mysteriously yeah, that's a very interesting too. Yeah, imagine if they could, but then they have water shortages. Now they got to sell everybody their water. Now water will go to $10 a liter once you can start running cars off water. So they got to figure out how to capitalize on it first. Oh, craziness. Anyway, guys, we have been here for quite some time. We got into the whole electric car situation. I don't know how we got from mining to this, but crazy stuff going on. But we will be back tomorrow for our AMA, and I do appreciate everyone for showing up to this live stream, and I will see you all in the next one. Rabid out. And I'm back. I'm just kidding, but I have to go through some chat here. I do see first time chat, Laurel 3 0.085 cents over on the Twitch side of things. You need some spec mining coin for GPUs. Any to recommend? Ironfish. I bought a new house with a garage with separate power from the house. I can go into terms for the next bear market. Great stuff. All right, guys. Peace out.